Hey guys, welcome back to our week on contemporary integrative or integrative theories. Integrating the micro level of interactions and just actors living out their lives with the macro level of societal structures. So what we want to think is the theories that we talked about last week that kind of have a basis in human nature, or at least in sort of the most basic elements of social living, which are interactions, particularly in dyads, linking that level of analysis with the big macro level of this is society, these are social structures like the division of labor, this is the collective consciousness, those big social facts that Emile Durkheim talked about. We saw one last week when we saw James Coleman and his rational reconstruction of society, basing a way of thinking about making society a better place by starting with that sort of kernel of truth that is rational choice theory. This week we're going to see a few others. We're going to see a building up from a basis of exchange theory, building up from a basis of something kind of like ethnomethodology. The guy Anthony Giddens is going to be the person. He's not saying ethnomethodology is the truth of human nature, but he's going to make arguments that we go through our lives not necessarily with a plan sometimes, but he's going to try to build a structure out of that. And Pierre Bourdieu, who's going to start with symbolic interactionism and come up with a really interesting idea about sort of, he's going to kind of use Georg Zimmel's idea of social worlds, although he's going to call them fields, which kind of makes sense. Like, we think about what field are you going to go into. He's going to talk about those things as being like battlefields where we are competing for resources. And I personally find it kind of interesting. But there's going to be a problem that all of these things are going to have. All of these, I'm going to make the argument. I mean, you may find them persuasive. I think there's a problem, and it's a problem that the natural sciences has too, which is that you can know truth about something small, and you can know truth about something big, but it's hard to connect the two of them sometimes. For example, we know that I am a human being with a body, and we know about the biology of the human body. We also know that I am composed of trillions, even more than that, atoms, not even cells. I am composed of atoms because everything's composed of atoms. But it is really hard to come up with a biological theory that works for me based on my atomic structure. Both things are true, but they're hard to work together. I talked earlier, I can't remember which week it was, about the problems that physics has between the quantum realm, which is within atoms, and the macro, like astronomy level realm. We know truths about both of them, but when you put the equations together, they come up with nonsensical answers like there are infinite dimensions, and maybe there are, but it doesn't make intuitive sense. It's hard to relate the two. So that's going to be one issue that we're going to have this week. But the theories are interesting, and I think the fact that we struggle to do it suggests there's fertile ground for fresh thinking with regard to this. Nobody has really come up with a compelling theory, and so you could be the next one. This could be the road to your doctoral dissertation right here. All right, in the next video we will start and we will talk about integrated exchange theory. So starting with Homans's idea of exchanges, rewards and punishments, and in relationships, and trying to build up from that an idea of how society works. So we'll talk about that in the next video.